Yo, what is up? What is up, world? Happy Thursday. And we are back in DCS today all alone, just getting some training in on various equipment. Plan on doing some training with this F16 here, then maybe onto the A10, then maybe onto the Apache, and then maybe onto the Blackhawk, just to do some drops, just to keep our skills up. Figured why wouldn't I stream it for y'all? Plus, you guys can join if you would like. If you got DCS, look in the description of the video or the stream, and you will most certainly be able to figure out what mods that you need. You might already have, so you can join and potentially take on an aircraft and do some training in the same server. But without further ado, you guys hear the KC-130 getting started up. So we're just going to come right on in here to the aircraft. The F-16, it is cold and dark, and you can see that that bad boy's making a lot of noise. Now this is the boom KC-130, so it would be able to refuel this aircraft, even though we're not quite planning on doing any refueling today, even though I do need training in that. So first and foremost, we are training on this thing today with ensuring that we can do some CCIP bombing. We're going to be a little unrealistic today, and we're going to be putting nothing but CBU 97s on there so we can do some mass damage. So guys, thanks for joining the stream. Thank you, dear Lord, capital G, capital O, capital D, for waking me up, breath and life in my body and my family as well. Big up to my wife and kids, of course, and big up to you guys for hanging out. Alright, so let's go ahead, and even though we're not going to be engaging any aerial threats today, we are still going to put those 120Cs on the wingtips so that we can provide some stability. Now let's load this thing up ridiculously. All we're doing is putting CBU 97s on there so we can see some stuff blowing up. That's all I'm saying. So it's going to be fun training today. And I believe this other rack can hold 2 a piece. Oops, bomb CBU 97. There we go. So we're gonna only have stations or pylons 8, 5 Lima, and 2 empty. Otherwise, we've got 7 and 6, 4 and 3 filled all out with CBU 97s. We did put a targeting pod on here just to keep fresh with it. Look at the weight here. We're still underweight by at least 1,000 plus something pounds, so we're good there. We got full fuel and ammo and flares and shaft. So let's go ahead and hit OK to that.
Copy.
And hopefully let's get this cockpit closed down here in a second. Man, this dude's making some noise. Alright, so let's go ahead and go for our own startup. We're gonna get the power on. Okay, let's let him get out of here, make another racket, man. And besides, we want to kind of delay or belay the startup anyway, so the data cartridge is completed correctly. You can see those rest of those CVs are coming on. The AIM 120 Charlies will be the next thing that we need to see.
Rearming complete.
So it's rearming complete. He's getting out here, making all that noise. You can see there's the boom right there on the back, so you can tell that's not the kind that would be able to refill a naval aircraft, because they use drogues, and this is the boom type, so they actually have an operator in there. Alright guys, so without further ado, he's taking off. Let's get our start procedure going. Parking brake on this will not arm until you get some power on it, so let's get that battery up to the main power, and then we're going to come up here and arm the parking brake so that we don't roll upon initial aircraft engine start. Parking brake is up. Now, my preference is start 1, but you can go start 2. Either one doesn't matter. Here are those igniters. Parking brake is set, so now we're going to look until we get 20% on the RPMs. And we're pretty much there, so let's introduce fuel. And there goes the fuel. Okay, it is past 60%, which is a good sign. Now we can turn over here, and let's turn all of these switches up to the north position. And you can see this is our avionics power, in case you're wondering what this is. And then you also want to turn your Ms. Lima Victor Tango knob over to the on position, and you want to get this in the stored heading. We can also put those switches in the north position as well. Now we're going to come up here and turn our avionics, and see we're rolling. Parking brake should have been set. I don't. Okay, there we go. So the throttle must have been forward a little bit. Was the problem? Parking brake came off, but we caught it. All right, so now we're going to get these up, and that was because that throttle was in the forward position. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get these our system up to brightness. Now you can see our HUD, and you're going to see our INS, and actually we probably need to redo it all over again since the aircraft moved a little bit. So let's turn it to the off position, so that the parking brake is set, and that's because I had my throttles for helicopters before, and one of them was pushed up since I used split throttles on that. Okay, let's go stored heading. And hopefully she'll align now. Looks like we got a countdown going on, so we should be fine there. Okay, in the meantime, let's also come down here and make sure that we are putting all of our sensor powers up. It's going to be 2 right clicks, so we got radar altimeter, and we're going to choose this radar altimeter up here for as far as the HUD. This panel is for your sensors, and this is for our heads-up display here, or better known as our HUD, so that this will take away or add information to, depending on what we want. Let's see, we're going to get our primary lights up, console floods up, even though we're good to go there. Okay, so we're good here. So it's doing its countdown, and eventually we'll get to where it's aligning and it's flashing ready. So we're not even going to worry about that part. Then we're going to come, let's go ahead and close the canopy. Keep it a little quiet in here. And we'll also go ahead and turn on our countermeasures. Get that to semi. And let's get our identify friend or foe on over. And we can turn our main radio on here, even though we're not going to be using it. We're not communicating with anybody today. That's not the training that we're doing. Here's our external lights if we wanted to do something different, but we'll leave it as is. And let's keep going. We've already gotten our standby horizon situated. Now, as you can see, we're flashing in the INS here and here. It means it's ready. So now we can come put this in the nav mode. And let's go ahead and set our bingo fuel. So we're going to get list. We're going to go 2 to bingo and set that bad boy for 3,000 pounds. And we'll enter that. We'll Doppler to return, and we'll let list again, and we want to work with our countermeasures just to have them there, because there are going to be potentially some vehicles down there. So we'll switch our shaft to 2, and we'll make it half intervals on the release, so 050, and we'll go ahead and enter that. We'll Doppler to the right, and we'll leave that in 1 minute intervals, or actually we'll let's see here, go up. And we're going to change the flare dispense amount to 2 as well. Enter that. Everything is done. Okay, now we got our program set up. Let's come down here as well and look at where we're going. We are headed over here to waypoint 4. As you can see, right now it's steer point 1. Now we got steer point 4, which you can't really see on the map until we get airborne. Let's check our fuel. We've got 9,000 pounds of fuel, so we have to be very cautious on our fuel consumption, and the seat is not armed yet, so let's arm the seat. And guys, I believe we are all ready to go. Gonna do a rudder check here in a second. Okay, let's check our rudders. There we go. Toe brake, looking good. Alright, we do have our information here already down, and this is our additional HSI for our navigation and situational awareness. This also reads TACAN with a simple push of an M if we were to program a TACAN, which we're not going to do. And today, guys, we're not using our IHADs or our HMD. I need to go back. There's a new video on how to align it or for our HMCS, so we're not going to do it, and that's our helmet mounted basically HUD system. So we're going to put this on the taxi, and we are going to hold the toe brakes as you see, and we're going to put this on the anti-skid, and as you see come up here, boom, nose wheel steering. Let's do our surfaces check. Surfaces have been checked, and let's rock and roll. So first mission is for us to fly over a mountain area in this F-16, and there are some mountaintop threats which we're not worried about now. We are worried about threats in a convoy, which we are going to have to visually locate in the F-16. Again, this is CCIP bombing training that we're doing with this F-16 today. So that's the type of training that we're going to be doing in this aircraft. And then I do need practice landing it, so we'll come back in and hopefully not blow any tires. This thing is simply enough to land in theory, but in practice it is a little different. Okay, landing light is on. I think we missed the tanker takeoff. I meant to catch it for you guys, but we didn't. It's okay. Alright guys, so we are loaded up. And we'll be on somewhat of a fuel consumption. Our goal is to get up to between 15 and 20,000. We did set our bingo for 3,000, so we have to be mindful of how much fuel we burn and get over there. We'll use the autopilot in transit. The thing I do love about the F-16 is its bubble cockpit, man. You get very good visibility on this thing. So to come down here and turn around. All right. Once we turn around again, guys, we're going to be traveling about 100 miles away from here. The first training again is in the F-16. Next training, most certainly final is clear. Next training is going to be in the A10, and then we'll switch to our rotary aircraft, because like I said, you can't get too far out of DCS, man, or you will lose your skills. Hence the last stream was training with my boy 104th Money. Learning a lot from that aviator. Alright, man, so let's go ahead and get over here and roll up out of here, guys. Okay, last minute flight controls check. Flight controls are free and clear. Let's make sure we're all centered up here. Just going to do a roll and take off, stabilizing. Afterburner. Nose wheel steering is disconnected. Airspeed's alive. 150 knots. Get ready to come up to rotate here. And we got rotation speed. Gear up. And up we go, guys. Alright, coming out of afterburner. Let's get turned on the course here. Okay, there's our course heading there. And we'll keep the fuel flow at about 9,700 pounds and about 5 degrees nose up here. Now, I could put on the autopilot as well, which we may do, just to check our other systems out and get our weapons squared away. As you can see here, we have 99 nautical miles to go, which will also be down here where it says 99. So there you can get the same information from a couple different places on the aircraft. And again, we do not have our HCMS on today. Alright, let's bring that nose down. Now, if you notice, I'm lining this up directly on the heading, and this should be lined up on the heading as well. So let's move that knob over to what the heading should be. And if we want to maintain our pitch, I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so for that, you're just going to come down here and we want to do the heading select, and we want the attitude hold. Now it should hold my current pitch and the attitude along with the heading, because we are on autopilot. Now you see it's a little bit off, so we just need to come down here and make a minor adjustment on the heading. And you can see us rolling a little bit to the left to line up to it. And let's see, 7,800 and 7,900 pounds of fuel. Fires is in the house, man. What's up, my boy? Good to see you, big dog. Happy New Year to you, or close to. Hope you're doing well, my G. Alright, so our speed is bleeding off a little bit naturally, so let's push up on the power. And again, we're being modest because we want to use most of this fuel over there. Now, we will not be returning to the same airfield in which we departed. We're going to land at the other airfield, which is where we're going to pick up the A10. Watching our fuel flow. And make sure that landing light is off. Fire. It's been a minute. Yes, it has, good sir. It has been a minute for sure. And again, we're just being modest on the fuel flow. Bingo is 3,000, but that'll be more than enough to divert or to land at the alternate base, which we're going to be landing at. All right, y'all. You can see we're pretty much on that heading. We could come down here and do one course correction if we wanted to. I'm not too worried about the indicated speed since we're higher. And now that we're a little closer, we can decrease the map size, you see, and you can see we're direct. Here in a second, we'll check our targeting pod and our stores. This is the radar scanning here, and you can see between 100 feet to a certain altitude. That's what that marker is going to indicate. It is scanning in a 4-bar scan. Still doing good on the fuel and the systems. Now, let's go ahead and turn our targeting pod on, and we'll take it into out of standby mode. And even though we don't have a laser, we'd want to arm the laser. And we can even go master arm and air to ground mode now. And we'll be checking a few things. Now what I want you to keep in mind is the heading is still down here and we're still on autopilot. And we'll still have our diamond to indicate where our heading is at. Green light! Big up, fam. Big up what you been. Big up. Now here we are. We're just verifying that we are in the CCIP mode, which we are. You can see here. So this is basically the calculated impact point versus CCRP, which is calculated release point. And then you also have DTOS, which is basically gives it from the HUD targeting, and it'll switch it down here. And coming into here, we can switch those modes using this or manual. We're going to keep it in CCIP. And then we'll go into the inventory and make sure the bombs are going off at a certain height that we want. I'm powering up a little bit because our airspeed bled down. But I still love our fuel burn, and we're 71 miles away, so we're doing good. You can see we're just above a 2.5 degree climb here. Now, so we got to keep, and here's another place to keep an eye on our airspeed is right here where your cockpit down. This is our artificial horizon secondary, our angle of attack, so our vertical speed, as well as our speed and our altitude at the altimeter setting of 299 Now, I want my bombs to go off not at 1,500 feet, but at 1,200 feet, so we're going to come into control. And we are going to select this line select key. I like the 1.5 seconds. That's fine. Enter, and then we're going to type it. And this will be uniform for all the CBU 97s I have on board. I'm going to enter that, and now you see that value has been kept in there, and the rest, everything else, I'm cool with. So bada bing, bada boom. Now we've got quite the amount of bombs, so we are going to go in pairs right now when we release the bombs, at least for the first drop. Fire says got a new PC for Christmas. Speaking of that, did you have a good Christmas? Hey, I'm glad you got a new computer, Fires, man. That's what's up with you, man. And yes, I had a blessed Christmas because it's all about my children, man, and they had a good Christmas, which means I had a good Christmas, and blessed. Thank you for asking about that. Alright guys, so we're almost to the target area. We got 61 miles to go. We took off with about 9,000 pounds of fuel, so we burned 2,000 just on our climb. And we are at 20,000, so I'm cool with that now. So watch this. All we have to do now is come here, 2 clicks up, and now the nose is going to bring itself down. And we stay right on heading. See that? We're right on the heading. All we did is take it off from attitude hold now to wings level, and the aircraft is going to bring the nose down automatically. And we're right, so it's about 2,000 pounds for takeoff, for taxi, startup, taxi, takeoff, and climb. And we'll keep our fuel flow modest. Just keep it about right there. Now we can come over and also check our TGP. Now the TGP is right now, for example, I'm going to make it soy. So now it's the sense of interest. Look, it won't move around. And that's because we are actually locked into the auto or into the CCIP mode. So we'd have to come back to SMS, come here, and even go to CCRP, come to our TGP. And now, if we make it, it'll do what we need to do. Let's check on our airspeed's good. Make it soy, and it's in the cloud, but now you'll see it move around. See that? That's the reason why it wasn't moving before, so I just want to kind of show you guys that. And it also gives you a line in case we were to have locked a target up for the bombs to drop, and then here's the ground radar that you get with that, which is also useful. Some of this, you know, you need to mess with the contrast and all that. You see that? You gotta mess with the contrast on this and the brightness. and you can see, you can get a really good look of things there, but we don't need this right now. So we're going to come back over to our HSD on this side, and back on this side, we don't need this. We're going to go back to our SMS, and we're going to switch it back to our impact point, and speed is still good. I can actually play X-Plane in Microsoft Flight Simulator without 5 SPS, man. That's good, man. That's really good. Notice on a few little stutters here and there, which I don't like. Okay, guys, so actually above the ground, we are radio altimeter of 21,150 feet, even though over the water for sea level, we're only 20,860 feet, or Angel's 20.8. So let's calm that fuel flow down. We are within 38 miles, so it's about to get real. So there's a valley just right over here that there's a convoy coming through. So we have to, our instructions are to go past the target area and look within that valley to determine whether or not there is in fact an enemy convoy in there. So that's what we'll have to do. And we are cleared weapons high, since again this is a training mission for us, but we're using real world parameters here. Okay, we got about, once we get on station, we'll probably have about 3,000 pounds of fuel to work with before we get bingo. We've got 10 CBUs, as you can see, waiting to explode and cause some serious havoc here. So we are most certainly almost there, guys. Let's get a flyby rocket. Look at that armament. We ready to do some stuff. Big up green, like I said. Big up green light. Alright guys, back in the bird. Fuel flow is good. Nice and modest. And at 20 miles, we'll take the autopilot off and get ready for maneuvers. Because like I said, we need to pass over, you guys can see the target area there. We need to fly over that, go into that valley and start looking for our targets. We are dropping a pair. We've already set our bombs to activate at 1,200 feet. We have nose tail arming, so the nose is going to arm first, then the tail. That's what NSTL stands for. And we rocking right along, y'all. Fire says favorite fighter jet, Dre, no doubt. We about to put this thing to some good use, homie. Hey guys, we are right at 21 miles. At 20 miles, we are going to most certainly take the autopilot. And if you look out there now, you can see there's some visible equipment on the top of that mountain where that waypoint is at. Again, now this is a part where we could use the targeting pod to also take note of that, but we can't slew it just yet. So let me show you how you guys would see that. So yeah, go back to your SMS page, again, CCIP, over to CCRP, now to the TGP. We want to refresh it, so you're going to back it off one and bring it back, and then that's what it's looking like there. And we'll make it soy. So this is how you would be able to scan and take a look at it. Right now it's so far underneath us, it's not really doing us good. So let's go back to CCIP so we can get into it and stop messing around. Okay, we're back there. And target area, we're 12 from it, so autopilot's coming off. Let's get to business. Autopilot's off. Throttle back a little bit. Okay, we're gonna come in a little bit to the left of it. You can see all those targets on that mountaintop. That is not our initial targets. And don't forget, guys, we gotta have some altitude in order to do CCIP bombing, because you have to have a certain attitude. Okay, fuel on station now. We're at about, looks like 6,100 pounds. So like I said, we'll have about 3,000 to work with. So we gotta get this right. Fire says, which is my favorite aircraft? Man, I don't have a favorite, guys. That's just me. I don't have favorite aircraft. I love to fly them all. So there's none, Fires. Anything you see me fly, I love, or I wouldn't fly it. I'm gonna tell you that now. But I do know people pick favorites. I can't have a favorite when I fly so many. All right, let's come a little bit left of this mountain and keep our eyes on it. Okay, let's get up in this valley, y'all. Nice level turn. We're just going to be looking. Okay, I do have a visual on suspected target area. Let's go confirm that. We got to stay below that haze. Let's watch our fuel. I'm a Boeing guy. Airbus is just simple, which is kind of boring, but yet again, it's an airplane. I feel you, man. Okay, those down there are clearly telephone poles or above ground electrical pole outlets, but there is a darker line of vehicles down there right in that valley off to the left, just at the base of that mountain. So we're going to come, and I like to do a left orbit to verify targets. So let's pick up a little altitude here. Okay, you can see them down there. They're kind of mixed in. That's definitely that line of vehicles. We don't want to get close enough to get shot, so. All right. Got a good visual on them. Let's get ready for our first bombing run here. Fuel check 55. All right, got to be very mindful because we're heavy right now. Getting a little bit more altitude here. Very useful with the fuel. slow turn here. Okay, here's the push, guys. Here we go. Okay, you've got to get that angle.
Altitude. Altitude.
Okay, we didn't have the angle. Let's get out of here. Whoa. Let's get out of here before we get ourselves in trouble. We didn't have the angle, so the bombs didn't drop. You can see they're clearly shooting, too. That was close. We got way too low on that one. That was not a good run. Fuel is still good. So you gotta have a certain angle in order for these bombs to come off. That's why I'm practicing this CCIP. With CCRP, you fly a line once you larg it up in the targeting pod. That's easier. Then you just read a pipper and it tells you when you're supposed to release the bomb. Right now, it was a little stuttering, but we're super heavy. Key is to keep them right where you could see them, almost get directly over them and go nose down and drop your bombs. And the reason the bombs didn't come off, master arm, for whatever reason, was off. That's a problem too. Alright, 2 bombs are away. Actually, no, they're not. They didn't come off.
Altitude. Altitude.
We're getting low on fuel here. No bombs off yet. is on. Air to ground mode. Okay.
Altitude. Altitude.
Okay, we did get 2 away. Boom. Got some hits. You can see it exploding over there. We did get some hits. So we got 2 off. It's looking pretty chaotic down there now. Got a lot of BMPs we just destroyed. Okay, we got the convoy split up. Let's head towards the front of it. Got about 1,000 pounds of fuel to play with here. Nice slow high turn here.
Altitude. Altitude.
Alright, they didn't come off that time. Alright, we're getting close to bingo here. We got to get something happening here. A10, I want the A10 to take the mountaintop targets.
Altitude. Altitude.
Okay, we got some destruction there. We got 2 more came off. Let's see what our fuel is. Okay, we got 6 more. Let's see if we can get them off. getting bingo here. Yep. We are bingo. Bad approach. Let's get one more pass. Fuel 26, we got to get out of here.
Altitude. Altitude.
We'll do level hold here for a minute. Let's see what those bombs are doing. Ooh, that was a good hit. That was a good hit. Alright, let's go back to the base. And we'll take that as a hit. We got 2 left on the racks. Will be returning with us, so that was a good hit there, guys. Let's get off of. Okay, guys, we got 40 miles, 2,400 pounds of fuel. We're good. We definitely crippled that convoy finally. Managed our fuel. You can see right off the right there is the other mountaintop convoy. We'll come back with the A10 and get that. $2,300 pounds of fuel. Let's do this. Alright, let's go. Master arm. Doing good on the fuel. Okay, I believe we're going to be landing off to the east. Plenty of fuel to land with, guys. Plenty of fuel, and then we're going to get an A10. Come see what we can do. Okay, there's our point there, so we're going to come out, and I believe we're landing off to the east, so let's come out to the right a little bit here so we can make a nice wide turn. Pounds of fuel. And once we land, guys, then we'll jump in the A10 and get it in. Okay, I think I see the runway from here. This is column.
Uzi 1-1.
Yeah, runway 8. Okay, 8-4 set in there. Some stutters there. I think it's because I have this in a server in case anybody was going to join. It's giving me a couple stutters.
Altitude.
Okay, I got the runway in sight. Gears coming out. Trying to do a flyby. Gotta bleed this speed. Okay, so we're all trimmed out. We just got to line up with the runway here. I think we blew a tire. Yep, we blew a tire. I could tell it. Even though we're bleeding speed, I could tell we blew a tire on touchdown. Little Tokyo drift here. Woo. You can tell we blew a tire. Ah, yeah. I think we blew both of them. Alright, so not the best landing. Definitely one of the aircraft I'm weaker in. Nice approach, even with the tire blow. Thanks, Green. Alright. Gotta go nose wheel steering on. Let's bring her back in. With the tire blown. Do some Tokyo drift here, y'all. And that's why you gotta train on this DCS, because it's just hard to control. Spin her around for you guys. Yeah, the F16 is very temperamental when you land her with the tires. I was tilted a little bit left when I came down. So as you guys can see, you don't come in right, you will damage the aircraft as such. Gotta let us pull down here and cool down for a little bit. Alright, so first mission, training mission, not so hot. Came back, blown tires. No damage from gunfire to the aircraft, but most certainly some damage to the Michelins coming in. So definitely need some better training on that landing. So now let's go ahead and get right into selecting, since we are at Ben Darling, let's go ahead and select an A10C right here. That's where we just landed, Ben Darling. So boom. Give it a second here to catch up. And then boom. So now we'll start loading up with the A10, guys. Again, if you guys would like, join the server. If you have DCS and you have certain mods, that's why this is a little bit stuttery. I made this a server so anybody can join, of course. So now even it's taking a few minutes here just to get in there. Okay, roger that, green. Roger that. Guess I didn't hit briefing. That's that tanker that in the initial startup of the F16 that was departing out of there. Okay, now we'll just wait for these textures to load in here. This takes a minute. DCS loves everything to load up where it looks like it's on water, but that's not going to be the case. And loading right in. Let's come with the outside look here. And the good thing is with this aircraft, it looks like we're already preloaded. Just give it a second there. It's just shy of where we parked over there for the other, with the F16. So hopefully we'll have some, I got a lot more experience in this thing here, so there's no excuses on landing this poor or anything. This is for sure one of the aircraft I am trained at the best. However, I haven't started up or flown it for a while. So you can see underneath the belly there, we do have some CBU 97s on there. Not as quite as much as the F16 took, along with the targeting pod. And we don't need anything on the wings to balance it out in terms of any aerial defenses or anything like that. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, now this one doesn't really have a parking brake. It's just when the engines are below a certain RPM, she's not going to move. So let's get the battery on, get the inverter on, start that APU up. Gonna wait down here until we get 100%. On the APU. Okay, there's 100 APU power. Let's get our CDU turned on, as well as our KICU, JTARs. Let's turn on our screens here. And let's engage the pre-flight blit. Just turning on our comms there. We're going to turn on our stabilization here with our pitch and yaw. Bada bing, bada boom. We want to turn on our anti-skid. And the screens will come on board here in a second. Let's get our artificial horizon situated.
Pull up, pull up.
All right, there we go.
Altitude.
104
altitude.
money, woof woof in the house. What up, my G? Just doing a little bit of training here. All right, let's get rid of that message there, and now we're going to load everything in the data cartridge since everything is loaded up. We're going to wait for our asterisks to come by each of the line select keys, and then we will be good to go to continue the process. We are doing CCRP bombing here, so we will most certainly be setting up the bombs. Okay, as you can see, those are all loaded in, so let's go to our DSMS page, which is our stores page, and over here we'll go to the CDU page, and you can see that alignment is going on there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the inventory page while we're waiting for that, and we're going to start setting our CBUs up. I'm going to do height of function, all of them 1,200 feet. We'll start down this side here. And yes, you do have to do each one of them individually, because you could want a different setting on the bomb, but we're all setting it for 1,200 feet, which is the same height we set it in the F-16 as well. And the height of function is just when the bomblets come out of the bomb. That's all we're setting up. Redundant process, but it must be done. If we want the bombs to go off correctly. This should be the last one here. Okay, perfect. Once we get in there, we'll go into the profile, but all the bomb heights have already been set. We can get the TGP warming up, and we don't need to worry about let's do that just in case, even though we don't have it, just for good practice. And once this gets to 4.00.8, we're good to go. Let's turn on our countermeasure system here. That's all done. Now you're going to hear the RWR come on board. And of course we can come here to our TADS page. Not done aligning, so we're not going to see a map or anything just yet. Alright. 104 Money says, posted up at work waiting for 7 p.m. so I can head home, no doubt. 104 is asking Green about that 4090. Alright, so we're in the middle of the alignment. Let's go ahead and start the right engine up. Let's call clear. Let's introduce some fuel. Wait for it, cages to start moving. As you can see, they are. Also, let's get some rotation on the engine. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's close that canopy down too. Okay, so we're starting the right engine. We'll get a warning sign when it thinks it's up and ready to go. As well as we'll complete the process of our startup here. Once this gets aligned, we'll get it into the nav mode and get out of here. Now you can see INS is ready. We're going to click that into the nav mode. Iggy, and we want that on steer point. Then we're going to come down here to the CDU, and I'm going to click this into the steer point and put this into the flight plan. So this CDU is redundant in this window here. Let's go ahead and start the left engine. You can see rotation there on the fan. Pressure's coming up. Alright, let's get rid of this bit test that was completed. Okay, lasers on, targeting pod is on, IFFCC is all the way in the on position with the JTARs and the KICU. Master arm and gun pack are neutralized and in the safe position, which is good. We do have a heavy load, so let's go flaps 20 for takeoff. Let's go ahead and set our trims here. Trims are set, and let's do our lamp test. Look at our annunciator panel. That looks all good. Let's turn that APU generator off. And let's get the chair armed and get the APU off as well. Now underneath the throttle we have to arm the EAC. And then that'll also give us access to disengage and engage our autopilot, which we'll be doing some of that as well. Let's get flight controls check done here really quick before we even taxi out. It's perfect. Pedals check. Toe brake. And let's get our nose wheel steering on. And now you can see here steering is engaged. Go ahead and get the lights on. Anti-skid is on. Trims have been set. Flaps are set. And we'll get the pitot on, because technically you don't want to turn that on. You'll burn the tube up, heating it up. And let's look at our first waypoint here. Okay, so let's make this screen soy, and then I can use my DMS hat switch in order to extend that. Okay, you can see where the wedding cake is. That's where we do have our target lined up and ready to go. So this is a good little tactical awareness display that shows everything. And if you have other aircraft, they show up in here, and you could even send information to other A10s in here. So I got to get a stream going where that happens so you guys can see the logic on that. But in the meantime, we are ready to go. Let's get out of here, guys. Light goes up to landing. That's clear, and final's clear. So we're going to go back to the same target area, only now we're going to attack the mountaintop with some good bombing here. We're going to be locking the targets up with the targeting pod this time, flying on the bombing line and letting it go, because we are going to set our bombs up for CCRP. Hope everybody's doing good and getting ready for the new year. We are about to go polish some more targets off here, guys. Not so perfect in the F16. We did get our bombs off. We came back, horrible landing, blew the landing gear out. This aircraft here, I have no excuse. The F16, that is probably my least trained aircraft. I do much better in the F18, F16, in the rotary aircraft, and a bunch of the other aircraft that I fly. F16 is the one I have the least experience in, so we got to get that changed up soon. Alright, we're going to make this turn and let's start testing our air brakes. You can see it come out on the wing there. We'll leave it out and check the other wing. Okay, let's put them down. Alright, those are down. Flight controls are checked. Let's get out of here. I'll check you guys' comments out here in a second. Airspeed's alive. knots. about 175 with this weight. Okay, we're off. Gears coming up. Flaps are coming up. Landing lights are extinguished. Alright guys, so we are climbing out. 104th money, ready or not, Leo? You made me. What to do, Leo Sticks 86 in the house. Like your racing content there, Leo. Let's also, since we don't have to land it, get our helmet on. Because we are going to be using our helmet. Alright, we don't have that long to go to the target area, so let's go master arm on. Okay, we're climbing about 200 knots. This thing is slow, so don't look for speed out of this thing. And we're also going to go in here now, and we are truly going to select all of our CBUs now. That way we can change the profile together. CCRP, change settings. And we'll set this for about 1,000. Boom. Save that. Now when we come back here, it'll reflect CCRP for the bombs now. Let's get our targeting pod on. Air to ground mode. And we're going to slave it. Let's get a little higher. We'll slave it to the target area here. We need to get some altitude though. And it's saying CCRP is invalid because of our altitude, because we were bore sighted on the TGP. Now what we're going to do is we're going to slave the TGP. And it is slaved over to the target area now. Okay, we got target area in a little bit, so let's get up some altitude. Maybe about 10,000 or so feet. Now what we're going to do is we're going to select the TGP screen as soy, like such. Let's change it from different contrast. We'll stick with this. And let's come in a little bit. Okay, let's slow our roll a little bit. Okay, I do see some targets up there. I believe I see a few vehicles. How many miles out are we? 21 miles. So as we get closer, we'll get a little bit better visibility there. Let's also get some altitude here. Yeah, it's going to be better next stream, but some issues on that one. But yo, money, we got to link up and get on point again. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And guys, don't worry. After this training, we're going to do some Apache training and then some drops in the Blackhawk so we can stay relevant. You can see the TGP is kind of masked by a cloud right now. got a little bit of a cloud right in front of it. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to slave it again to the waypoint. Okay, there it goes, slave to the waypoint. Got to get out of this cloud. Doesn't do well in this cloud. Let's see if we can get a little higher. There we go. Okay, those look like some type of vehicles. Okay, there they go. You can make them out now. Look at that good picture of them right there. Let's lock that up. Booyah! Alright, so now that we have that locked up, I'll tell you how long it's going to take us to get there. 1 minute and 39 seconds. So we just follow the pipper line now, guys. Catch some altitude. Keep the speed up. And we're straight. Let's line the bombing line up. Okay, we've got roughly 1 minute and 8 seconds till we drop. We are lined up on the bomber line there. Here in a second, I'll go, after I drop the bombs, we'll do autopilot and we'll watch the mayhem unfold. Again, guys, we're doing heavy loads today, CBU 97s. This one we're practicing CCRP, which is the calculated release point of the bomb. The other one was the calculated impact point, which that's basically just visual attacks, which we did in the F16. Okay, there goes the bombing line. Okay, bombs away. And now we got it on autopilot. Pull back a little bit. And let's check these bombs out, y'all. It's only one bomb we got. There's the target area. And again, if we do enough runs here, we can most certainly... Alright, now we're seeing the bomblets come down. Definitely a good hit. Get back on the bird. Definitely good hit. Okay, so we're gonna go drop some more off now. Autopilot's off. You can see that smoke on that mountaintop. Few little stutters there. Okay, we didn't even get a timer on that one. Let's come back around. I actually think there was a glitch. Okay, about 30 seconds. And bombs away. Let's see what else we get here. That ought to be a good one there. Yeah, that's a real good one there. Alright, so we got 2 away. Let's see. Let's take this middle guy off. Go back to the profile, and I want to go to pairs. There we go, CCRP. Now we're going to do something a little different, guys. See, we've got our little helmet system there. Just trying to remove some of that stuff from my stream there. The stupid bots. Alright, you guys remember there were vehicles in the valley. Thank you, Nightbot. Let's go see if we can find some of these vehicles in the valley. And we're actually going to use our helmet mounted display in order to lock some targets up. If we can find them. I think I see something there. See something off in the distance there. Looks like it could be it. And let's say, guys, watch this. Let's say I wanted to use my helmet mounted display. See that? Now I can move that around. Lock that up. Lock that area up. I can slave the targeting pod to that. And then I can come back over to the targeting pod now. Zoom in. And pick more vehicles to destroy. Okay, we do have a countdown pipper, which means that's a good sign. Okay, we dropped a pair this time, guys. Let's go. See, this time we dropped a pair of bombs off, so we should definitely do more damage this time. And it looks like we're going to get a lot of the cleanup. Alright, that's pretty good damage there. Alright, let's do the same thing and see if we can find this vehicle convoy here and drop the last pair and then maybe go home so we can get on to our next evolution. So I'm gonna make my helmet soy again. We reset it. Let's go find the vehicles in this valley here. How are we doing on fuel? Perfect. This thing can fly forever. Actually, there is quite a bit of vehicles over there that I do want to take care of. We just put the wedding cake there. Now we slaved everything there. Let's now go over to the targeting pod. Lock those up on point, and we're ready to shoot. We're going to orbit this time and watch it destroy in the camera there. Let's do a little left turn here and watch it out the window. We're just going to do a right orbit and watch the explosions. There they go. You can also see them in the camera. Pretty dope. Okay guys, so I am completely satisfied with that. Let's bug out. But look guys, only one bomb came off. It didn't come off as a pair. Aviation Geek is in the house. It didn't come off as a pair, so let's go back and get rid of it. I don't know why the profile didn't change. Big up to you, Aviation Geek. Let's make this turn, as well as pick a new area of responsibility, which we'll call right there. There we go. Let's get one more off, guys. Bombs away. Let's go over the target area. See if we can do a left dip here. Or is it on the right side? There we go. Those explosions there, you can see them down there. Lighten them up. And we're looking there good, guys. And we're not going to do any gun runs. We're just going to RTB at this point. So far, so good. Let's go. And let's go to our TADs. Then I'll show you guys again how to divert. Let's put the TGP into standby. Get it back onto the CDU. Alright, so we're exfilling the target area, headed back to Bandar Link, landing on runway 8, which should be much better than our last landing. The new time will be a little different since we're not able to do the F16 speeds. So far so good. F16, I got to give definitely more love. Get in that thing and do some more work, do some more training with that. Definitely more confident with the F18 and the A10 here as far as fixed wing. RTP roll the poop. That's crazy, man. Now with this thing you can do a roll, but you better make it quick. Don't stand upside down too long on this thing. It doesn't go that fast, so the fuel will bleed out. Like a true professional, let's do another one of those. Alright, we're 24 miles out. Now you can see when I'm looking out of my helmet with my helmet mounted display, it gives you where we have set our waypoint to. Now, in the A10, it's a little bit easier to get home because all we can do is we can do our divert. So you're going to come here and hit function and 2 for nav. You're going to come here to divert and we're going to Bandar Link. Boom. So now we know it's runway 826. There is no ILS. This is the approach frequency. So we could come down here and put that approach frequency right in here. And get there as well. So this gives some information. If there is an ILS, we would come down here and put the ILS information in here. But we're just going to take it in. We got 20 miles to go. We'll make it a short final. Let's pick up some speed now by doing a slight descent. Get us home quicker so we can jump in a helicopter. Aviation Geek said that looked perfect. Hey, appreciate you, my G. All right. $15 miles to go. Okay guys, we are inbound. Nine miles to go, guys. Okay, I do have the runway visual. Start bleeding the speed here. Just letting the speed bleed at level wings. So we're about 2,000 above the deck. Gears coming down. Flaps one stage down. Still bleeding speed. Sliding up. Still a little fast on the speed. Okay, we got a good approach speed, guys.
Altitude.
Gears down, 3 green. Landing lights. Alright. Brakes are out. Good landing. We'll be doing a turnaround here in a second. Good landing, guys. Like I said, A10, no excuses for not landing this bad boy, dude. Alright, nose wheel steering is on. And welcome back, guys. APU's coming on. Taxi light on. Okay guys, we're gonna go park over here, and our next evolution will be in a rotary aircraft. Right engine's off. Save a little fuel. Helmet mounted displays off. Or supposed to be. There we go. Alright everybody, let's see, bada bing, bada boom, off, get this off, and let's get our radios off. Disengage steering. Canopy is unlocked. No problem there. Let's get that APU off. Alright, y'all. So we made it back. Unscratched. Pretty decent landing in the A10, which we should have. And multitask on the way back. Got system shut down. Saved 2 pints of fuel, and let's go ahead and load up in the Whirlybirds now. Let's see, so we'll just do a little target practice. Let me look and see which ones we got here. That's off of a carrier. We don't want that. Let's see. We want bound our Apache. Okay, so we'll pick this FARP Apache for the briefing and get ready for the next evolution. Just wait for it to load up. It's going to take a second there. Alright, I'm actually going to give this a second here to load up, and I'm going to put you guys in the be right back screen, and there we go. Give you guys, it's a little stuttery there, but give you guys a little be right back, and which I will. I shall return momentarily. Thanks for hanging out, guys. All right, we are back at it, guys. Give me a second here. Let me get the profile all set back up. DCS stream's a little bit different. How you click on the screen and do certain things, and you come back, it leaves the screen. So, nonetheless, we are back at it, and we are here in the Apache. Let's go ahead and jump on board. And we definitely don't need that up there. Let's get rid of that. I don't use that ever. It's against my religion. Split my throttles back, and let's get this bad boy started up. Start on the first engine there. Gonna force out our AH-64D here. AH-64D is bore sighted. Start the next engine. Okay, oil pressure is still above 60 on the left engine. That's the problem. So what we're doing now, we're just waiting for the left engine's oil PSI to fall. And we'll be good to go. We've already got rockets and you know what? Let's do one thing here while the aircraft is continuing to start up. Let's go rearm and refuel. Now we'll switch everything to rockets here. And we're only going to take 70% fuel.
Request refueling. Request.
Let's check our rudder pedals now while we can. Tap the brake. Alright, y'all, and we just sit here and wait. I'm gonna let it rearm and refuel. Alright, just gonna do quick helicopter training here. We're gonna fly out a few miles. There's a target area out there. Engage the target area. Our goal is to practice our manual hovering. bringing it to hover as much as possible. Come back in, maybe do a few landings, and then be done with it. Let's see, rearmament is complete. We got all Hellfire, so we are going to be a little heavy here. We do have our carrot. Now the last thing I like to do as well is put our landing point here. So we're going to go point, add waypoint. Take this back here and put this in the weapons profile. And guys, we are good to go. Take that off. We're already selected for waypoint 1, which is straight ahead. Our target acquisition for the CPG is straight ahead, so let's go ahead and power up our rotors here. And we'll get that APU off now. APU is off. Alright guys, this is where the magic is supposed to happen. Let's see if it does. We gotta come up and either over to the left and back up a little bit for this departure. Got to back up a little bit out of the sight and come to the left like we said. Now we got enough altitude here to depart the area, so let's depart out of here nice and smooth. Okay, and here we go. George.
Hellfire's up.
And Hellfire's up. Let's arm the bird. Let's also the video pads and tads, so you guys can see what's crack-a-lacking. Okay, and as you guys can see, we're only 7.2 nautical miles out. So our goal, like I said, is to get close enough to where we actually come into our own little hover there. Okay, so we got radar over there searching, so they're on to us. So let's go ahead and scan.
Deslaving. Slaving. Deslaving.
Surprised he's not picking up any contacts this far out.
And slave. Now deslaved. Laser on.
have them search again.
Lasers off. Bounty slaved.
There we go. Now we got
Radar. 3 o'clock. Searching.
and rifle. Okay, we're gonna get no closer than 4 miles out. It's a pretty long shot that we made. If we don't hit it, I won't be surprised. So far, no return. Gonna get a little closer, then we'll come more to a hover.
Lasers off. Those are good hits.
Okay, so we did get a good hit.
And slave. Deslaving. Laser on.
Stable ourselves out.
In range. Ready to launch.
Okay, this is about how far out we want to stay. So this is our practice, guys, maintaining as close to a hover as possible manually.
Lasers off. Good effects on top. Deslaving. Blazing.
Getting a little bit of more rudder input here, try to keep us manual. Okay, and I'm basically manually almost keeping us to a hover here. About a 13-mile drift, nautical mile drift.
Lasers off. Good effects. Good effects. And slave. Deslaving. Laser on.
And look at that, we're pretty much at a 0 hover right here. Just look on the screen there. See if we can see an explosion.
Lasers off.
Oh yeah.
Effects. Good effects. Deslaving. Blazing.
Hovering nicely, guys. 4.2 nautical miles out, right where we wanted. Manual hover.
Lasers off. Target destroyed. Deslaving.
It's like taking candy from a baby here, guys.
Blazing.
You can see the aircraft shift just a little bit with the departure of that AGM. Let's look at our trusty mirror here, or our trusty video display from the CPG.
Lasers off.
Booyah.
Good effects.
Alright, let's keep picking them off.
Deslaving. Blazing.
Another rifle there. Still 4.2. No missile threats. A little bit of rear drift there.
Lasers off. Target destroyed.
Alright, still got missiles on board. Let's keep rocking.
And slave. Out deslaved. Laser on. Lasers off. Good effects on target.
Okay, good effects, good effects.
Slaving. Out deslaved. Blazing. Lasers off. Good effects on target.
Okay, good hit, good hit.
Blazing.
Okay, fuel consumption is good. We still got 1,990 pounds. And a nice hover, still guaranteed 4.1 nautical miles away from the target area there. Ooh, we're getting hit by somebody. Who do we get hit by? Alright, let's come off station.
Lasers off. Target destroyed.
Now we gotta figure out who we're getting hit by. Unless somebody hit us long range, which is a possibility. That's alright, we can run and gun. Guess that'll be part of our practice too, running and gunning here.
7 o'clock. Searching.
Slaving. Deslaving.
I see bullets coming from the ground. Oh, snap. Who is over here hitting us? Okay, I see him coming from over here. Aha, I see them. They're on the ground over there. Okay, okay. Okay, guys. Oh, snap. We're getting hit left and right. It's okay, I got something for them. Looks like they got something for me. Now they done made me mad. I didn't even know those guys were out there on this training mission. I'm like, who's shooting at us? That's cool. That is okay, man. We're gonna come back around and check those guys out here in a second. I see the little convoy.
Deslaving.
There goes the little convoy right in front of us.
Laser on.
They took our weapons out. We have literally no weapons. Okay, let's go back and land. Whoa, it's too hot over here. Alright, we totally weren't prepared for that, and they knocked our weapons out, so no big deal there. Okay, I do have the fart visual. They must have knocked my Hellfires out because, okay, they didn't knock them out. Okay, cool. But you know, we're not going to let that slide then. I thought they knocked my missiles out. I just did a check. They're still good.
Can't see the target. Lasers off. Deslaving. Laser on.
I see them now. They're in that convoy moving.
Lasers off. Those are good hits.
Surprise!
Deslaving.
Oh, now they want to move around. Don't move now. Keep shooting at me.
Lasers off. Good effects. Good effects.
Alright, let's come back around before we get hit again. We'll come. Oh, there's somebody. Oh, they still shooting. Throw a couple flares out there. I see you guys shooting.
Lasers off. Good
push it forward here. Get low. Well, I guess we got our running and gunning training here. Taking some damage from them. Thank goodness for this armor. Okay, we got 2 Hellfires left. We're not running from the fight. Alright, we're out of here. See if we can get a little lower to the deck here. Guess I did kind of make them mad, didn't I? Alright guys, we are at Winchester by George, and now that training is complete. We got rid of all those Hellfires, and I'm pretty sure each one of those had a successful found a good target there. We didn't let those missiles go to waste at all. Let's check on the engine here. Okay, everything is good with the engine. We're going to land at the middle anchor, and we'll land perpendicularly. We don't need to land as we took off. Okay, let's prepare for our approach.
Aircraft's armed.
Well, I'm trying to have him go to safe, but he won't let me.
Aircraft's armed.
Okay, alright, George. That's a glitch they have. Once you arm it, it's very hard to put it back in the safe mode. Okay guys, we're all coming in to approach here. Slide over here slightly. Okay, let's come by and do it again. I just retrimmed it. Didn't work out too hot. Let's retrim again. Okay, there's that trim I was looking for. There we go. Now we can spin back around. I don't know why that button didn't work successfully the first time. But now we can do a controlled turn here. And control our approach a little bit better now that we're better trimmed. It's probably not ideal to be trimming anyway on final approach like I did. But I am a professional. Okay, back in the pocket here. Alright, let's ease forward. Alright guys, we are down. As you can see right in front of our landing location. Like where we wanted to be. Okay, so we'll consider this training complete. Let's turn off our iHads. Alright, both engines are rolling back. Get that rotor brake on. And bada bing, bada boom. Landon wants butter, baby. Money says, hey, I appreciate it. You gonna eat some too, honey? You gonna eat now? Oh, she's gonna eat now. Alright, everybody. Well, you know what? Family's eating dinner right now. And we were gonna get in the Blackhawk and do some flying around, but I think I'm gonna call it for now, guys. So thanks for hanging out for some training. Appreciate everybody riding along, man. And we'll do some Blackhawk stuff later. I was going to fly through some buildings and practice some landings and whatnot, but we'll do that later. So guys, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate everybody watching me struggle through all these training sessions here, but that's why I'm doing it, so that you can stay proficient on all the different aircraft. And yeah, we'll get back to it next time. Maybe we'll just jump up a stream just to mess around and fly the Blackhawk through some buildings and land and drop some smoke markers and drop some troops. Till then, y'all, one love. I'm your boy Dre. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Once again, God bless each and every one of you. And I will most certainly holler at you guys later. I'm gone.